what happened, or what happened with the party when we last left them?
I guess we pissed off the nereid and it's attacking it.
Let's see what the chat has.
Well, I mean, Gabe summarized it, but I wanted to see what you guys remembered.
Water lash, that's what it was. She actually attacked us.
Yes. So, and that was because Eldon started trying to shimmy his way around the south wall and towards the eastern door, which I'm sure, as we all remember, the eastern set of doors is a set of doors carved with a sun symbol. As Eldon started going that way, the nereid kind of shifted a little to the south, as if, not necessarily as if to block, but to get closer to him. Then Siona, if I recall correctly, it was she recognized that the nereid was evil, but the nereid kept trying to attempt to charm Raziel, and as he was thinking with one of the non-intelligent heads and started trying to go towards the water. So Water Lash came and smacked him pretty hard, but he was able to stand his ground and not be pushed away from the water. And as she did the Water Lash, the giant eel came up out of the water. So again, memory's a little fuzzy as of 2 weeks ago.
That sounds about right. I just didn't realize it was an eel.
May not have said that, but I did now. All right. So let's see here. So yes, she did reach out. She did attack. And that's put us into initiative. So let's try this music, see if it's overly annoying. It's not too bad. I assumed that was a stage whisper. Yes.
You guys gotta ration your spells. I've only got one spell left.
Okay, so that said, we have realized now in the 5 weeks or four sessions that we've been, 4 or 5 sessions that we've been in this dungeon, that things are different, things are difficult. I'll say this every time, and not that I have anything in mind, but I'm going to attempt to reward creative solutions to things. And I read something over Reddit that again I thought was interesting about how people can approach the game, and if it's something that you feel like John McClane could do in Die Hard, let's assume that you can do it here. We'll see what happens. I know the things look dire at the moment, but I have full faith and confidence you guys will figure it out. And to answer your question, Eldon, and I think everybody should hear this, using a charm is a bonus action, and I was going to remind people of that because I hadn't heard. I don't think we have used any of the charms except for once when we were dealing with the crawfish. I think Siona used the Barker's Loud Box or the Bark Box to yell at people. All right. So that said, we are at the top of the round. The nereid is swimming. She's in the middle of this silvery pool of water. She's already said that she's wanting to serve her master and end up try to protect this cavern or this tomb from interlopers. And she has, as she said, she reached out with a water lash and attempted to smack Raziel with it. And with that, Eldon, you are up. Korrin, you are on deck in 2.
I honestly have no idea what to. Which makes it bad for me to be first. What does everybody look like? It's been a while. What does everybody look like health wise? Are we hurting?
Oh, I'm hurt bad.
Not good.
Is everybody or do we have a lot of people under half?
Oh, yeah.
Why are you so faint in the sound?
I'm losing a lot of blood.
Oh, okay, good. Not good actually, but okay. Can I see you? Are you outside the door still?
I'm in the room with
Cool.
the weird dolphin.
Raz is in the room. Korrin's outside the room.
Yeah, I'm outside.
Okay.
I don't know if that door's open or closed, though.
Sorry, I'm trying to keep track. Do we have 2 people under half or just 1?
I'm only 3 under half, though.
Oh, okay.
So don't burn your up to half thing.
Yeah. I was gonna hide in the hallway. But I can't do a decent heal from distance, so.
Now, if you recall, the nereid was able to communicate directly with Raziel, so she can understand you.
How deep is that water?
I believe it is. Hold on. It is 12 feet deep. And Eldon was able to ascertain at the end of the last session that there's appeared to be a more shallower ledge, if you would, around the southern to eastern wall that was about, he guessed about 2 to 3 feet. It looked deep to Eldon.
Shoot, you're out of range for what I'm gonna want to do, but since Raz is hurting, I'm going to move to him and cast shoot, I'm on the wrong page. And cast Cure Wounds since I have to be in range. For 10. And then I'm going to back up towards where I was, and I'm going to just hopefully, in common tongue thing, back out. We're not interested in fighting, and back to here. So I guess that's 15 to him and 10 back.
Yep, sounds good.
Right. God, why won't it align?
The tiles are not lined up with the actual grid.
Yeah, you need to hold the Alt key when you're moving it.
If you look closely, you'll see the actual grid.
Yeah, I can see the grid. Well, I mean, that's, I guess, as far as I can get.
Yeah.
Hopefully that action was non-threatening enough to show, I'm still kind of back up. We don't want to fight. We don't want to, we just want passage, and that's all. That's gonna be my turn.
passage. Ha ha ha! She laughs at you. Let's see here. This guy. The nereid yells at, what is this guy? Shock! Get them, Chuck! And the giant creature swims forward a little bit. And let's see here. Okay, let's see here. It's going to attempt to move here. I'm reading the stat sheet to see how I can do this. All right, so this giant thing swims up as close to the edge here and is attempting to swim up and not beach itself, but try to leap forward and try to bite Raz. And this guy has 2 multi-attacks. Eight is a miss. Ooh. Yes. The dexterous bard. Korrin.
All right, is that door open?
Which door?
The door I'm behind.
Yes.
What about the door to the other tile? Or was it one door, double doors? What am I looking at here?
Let me make sure.
You know, it doesn't matter.
I think
as long as it's open, that's all I need.
I believe it is open.
Okay. So I am going to cast Fog Cloud.
My favorite.
Everyone's favorite. So let's say 20-foot sphere. If I remember how to draw circles. Let's see. I need to be able to see this.
And we are going to attempt to use the errata rules, right?
Yes. You are blind if you are trying to affect a heavily obscured tile or you're in a heavily obscured tile.
And if you are trying to look through the heavily obscured tile, you can't see on the other side. Yeah.
Which they didn't really errata, but I think that makes sense too. Center it like so. That's what I do. That's kind of hard. I mean, I think that's about right. So there's my fog cloud, and then I'm going to put myself back on the cursor and move with a bonus action dash. 30. There's 30. We'll say right there that I am done.
All right, it's going to be, it's going to be where Thongram would be. Give me just a second. I can't capitalize a number, but that's a 2.
What?
I was answering a whisper.
Oh.
And tried to capitalize a 2. Can't do that. No matter how many times you try. Okay, so Thongram's still out cold. Siona, and you are up. Raz, you are on deck.
So I can no longer see them, right?
That is correct.
Then I'm just going to use my movement to get behind the corner. and hold an attack if anything comes close. Or, yeah, if anything comes close enough to hit.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, so fog cloud is blind, not dark, right?
Yes.
Okay. Raz, you are up.
I'm going to action dash to the door next to Korrin. And I don't really have an action to take a real deep inspection, but I'm just going to look at the door. Does it have some kind of opening mechanism?
Are we talking about the one to the east or the one to the south?
The one to the right.
Okay. That guy. There is something to it. Give me just 1 second. All right, so you see a thin, muddy stream trickling through the hallway that flows out from underneath this door, going away from you. Again, everything seems to be kind of muddy. There's a lot of you can see the remnants of silt down at the bottom, but there does not appear to be any locking mechanism. You don't see any hinges on your side of the door.
Okay, I'll use 5 more feet of movement to move down, and
Thongrim's still on my back, right?
Yes. Raz, were you going to do anything else, or are you just moving down 5 feet?
oh, did I not come through? I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm gonna move down 5 feet, and I'm done.
Okay. So it's the nereid's turn. She is up. Eldon, you are on deck. And you hear her, and she's just kind of hissing and kind of pissed off that she can't see anything. Where did you go? You people, where did you go? And so, let's see here. You hear her start swimming, and it sounds like it's getting a little closer. And one. Okay. She's going to move forward, and she keeps moving forward until she can see. And she is going to... She sees Eldon just to the west of her, and says, I see you now. And she makes this hawking kind of... and rears her head back and spits at Eldon with blinding acid. That's a 19.
That's a hit.
That is a hit. Just waiting to see if any other reaction is going to be used.
Hold on, I'm looking at something real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do anything.
Okay. All right. So that's a hit. Oh my God.
It's going to be a short session.
That might be. Eldon has taken 22 damage and is now blind.
Love being blind. That hurt. I'm still up, but that hurt a lot.
And I told you I was here to protect this tomb for my master. And she is going to step back into the darkness. Let me make sure. Actually, you know what? I'm not sure she would do that. All right. She's going to stand her ground. That's her turn. Eldon, you are up. The giant fish thing is on deck.
That hurt a lot. I guess that means that desperate times and all that. Where's my character? And so I'm going to cast my guardians.
Okay.
Okay. Thoughts. Then I'm going to move myself. Is she considered still inside of that?
Yes.
Good.
You know what? I think everybody could see that, though. So let me...
What's that?
I think everybody should be able to see that.
No, we can't.
Oh, okay. I can't change who can and can't see it.
Okay, I'm just misreading it then. It's if you being the caster. I got it.
Wait, what?
I was just reading to see who could see it, and I'm if you are good or neutral, they appear angelic or fey or whatever. That's okay.
Oh, I thought you meant if you had an aura on.
Yeah.
I think we can all see the actual whatever he summoned.
Right, that's what I was saying.
Can everyone see my yellow circle?
They cannot.
No.
That's what I was going to fix.
Okay.
That's what I thought we were all talking about.
Yeah.
But it may be because I'm not good or neutral.
Yeah. All right. So everybody can see these, whatever Eldon chooses them to be. So she has not started it. Her turn into it.
Well, it's like...
Yeah, she doesn't take her damage yet. She has to start her turn into it. Right?
Yes. It's at the start of a turn. Because, yeah,
right.
It doesn't mitigate until that in order to make sure that I don't go on a streak running past everybody and trying to do damage.
Right.
So I'm going to say protect me as I need to concentrate, and then I'm going to also crack that open so that I can possibly use it if I can make it to my next turn.
Okay.
Which gives me my channel divinity back.
Okay. Makes Ben turn half your used channel. Very good.
Half of one is apparently one.
Hey, but it's better than none.
Yes.
All right, and that's your turn?
Yeah, that's everything I can do.
Okay. So you hear some thrashing about in the water, the thing is trying to splash and move, and ends up moving, trying to find what it heard some movement over here. It can't see anything, so it comes swimming this way, and you hear a bit of a crash as it swims and hits somewhat of a wall. It being an semi-unintelligent creature, it was making movement. In doing so, ends up taking some damage here. And we'll see if the dice roll. All right, so it ends up taking 1 damage from running into a wall. What was that?
You rolled initiative for me again?
I did not mean to. I assume his initiative was
17, because he was between me and Eldon.
It was 18 before,
Either
but 17 or 18 is fine. It was below me.
okay. All right.
All right.
Hang on just a second. I'm trying to make sure that I actually get the damage done on here. It is your turn, though.
Yeah, all 1 damage.
One's better than none.
All right, guys. I'm gonna try something stupid, so cover me.
It's my favorite thing.
So I am going to move, let's say, 5, 10, 20, 25, 30, right there. And I'm going to just reach out and try and grab her.
I love it.
Do a grapple attack. Wow. Okay, I think that might actually work.
I think it might. So that's a strength, right, or athletics?
Athletics or acrobatics, whichever one she wants.
All right. Well, acrobatics it is. And there. Okay, let's just see what happens. Oh my God.
That -1 strength. That still wouldn't have mattered. Well, that didn't work, guys. I am going to bonus action.
Wait, do you have any charms or anything?
No, that's it. I can't affect that.
In any reaction that Raz can do?
No.
Okay. I'm trying to think of things. All right. That's all I got.
All right, so I'm going to stand here with a dumb look on my face and be like, well, shit, that failed.
But because I liked the idea, I'm going to give you inspiration on your next roll, on your next turn.
You mean inspiration as in the DM inspiration?
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm done.
Siona, you are up. Raz, you are on deck.
Okay. I'm gonna move up in range so I can hit her with my axe, not my sword.
All right. So yes, 23 is most definitely a hit. And double check this thing.
I think I get to hit again. Hang on, see if I can do anything else.
I'm going back to check your weapon. One second, I'm reading, because this may, 1 second. Would that be an action? I'm sorry. So you did that. All right, so first off, yes, you hit both of them. That is 21 damage to her.
I'll end my turn.
She screams out in pain, and as you start to use that, let's see, this is... You notice that it actually does a little more damage than you have anticipated, I believe. How did you calculate that?
You mean my damage?
Yeah.
The opposite
It's
resistance.
1d8 plus
Yeah.
my strength plus 2.
Yeah, where did you get that to?
One of it is from my
Her dueling fighting style.
dueling. Gain a plus 2 to damage rolls with the weapon when you're wielding a melee weapon in one hand
Okay.
and no other weapon.
Okay. No. That's great. All right. So,
I just posted it.
yeah, cool. So you notice that you actually ended up dealing 25 damage to her. And she screams out in pain. Raz, you were up.
I will move within line of sight of the nereid. Seeing Eldon's hurt, I start to consider a healing word. But instead, something dark takes over me, and I throw up the horns instead, and I cast Hex on her. And I hex her on Dexterity ability.
All right.
Too little, too late.
Well, I don't know what you were planning, but I see that she's wily, so I'm thinking, what the hell? And then, the typical combo, I will throw out 2 shots of heat.
That's definitely a hit.
Does Eldon hear ringing in his ears when he's near me?
Does Eldon hear ringing?
She means Raz.
Sorry, Raz.
I don't think she's just.
No, I don't think he does.
Okay,
No,
just making
no, I
sure.
don't.
He said he wasn't good or neutral. Just checking.
Feel free to check that, though.
And that is also a hit, so that's 4 and 10 or 16.
Both.
Yeah, it's the hex is the necrotic.
Okay, so that's a grand total of 20. Yes?
I believe that's correct, yes.
Well, all right then. Raz, how would you like to do that?
I'll start one beam directly in the forehead, and then the second beam I'll just double focus straight in the forehead, and then I'll say Eldritch Blast, apply directly to the forehead, and her head just like,
Just kind of sploots, right?
you know it.
A la scanners. Got it. As this beam hits her forehead, you're like, ah! And that's all you hear. as she falls limp to the floor. Anything else?
Think I'm done.
Eldon, you are up. And the fishy thing is on deck.
Okay. Since I'm hurt pretty bad, and I know we've got some others, I'll go ahead and cast my. Oh, shoot. How do you? There. So everybody below half their hit points. How many hit points do you need to get to half?
4.
Okay.
2.
Okay. Anybody else?
So I think you just wasted
I'm
that.
above half.
No, I didn't. I have 1 hit point. Just
Okay, yeah, I guess you could use it.
I'm doing this for myself, but I'm just half of mine is what's 33 divided by 2? 15, 16. So yeah, everybody can get up to half their hit points.
Is that your channel divinity?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Okay, so that was my action. Do I get 17 or 16 for half of 30?
Usually rounded down.
Okay, so 16. Got it.
I think you round down unless it explicitly states otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, the thing says it can't go above half, so I guess that would make rounding down be the appropriate. So, since I rounded up to get my channel divinity back, then I guess I round down to... Okay. Now, so I'm now going to move carefully past Siona here towards the edge of the fog. Is that good? And it says... like maybe we can slip along the wall to get out of here, to get through the door. And that was my move, and that's it. Yeah.
Okay, so did you say that out loud?
Yes, I said, yeah, maybe we can slide up to that along the wall to that door.
Okay. Oh.
Guess who's inside the circle?
Yeah, well, my question, and I didn't see this the first time. Fog of War, when somebody has blind sight.
Oh shoot, I'm still blinded.
No, you're fine now.
You're fine. It was just at the end of to her next turn. You're good. So creature has blind sight inside a Fog of War. Can I still see?
No, it just doesn't have this advantage, I believe.
Okay. So we're going to say it's going to try the same thing.
Oh no, a creature with blind sight can perceive its surroundings without relying on sight within a specific radius.
Right.
Yeah, that's kind of how I figured I moved. But not this time, but the time. Can I also? The Guardians are now in that space. Are the Guardians affected by this blind sight?
I wouldn't think so. I would think.
Okay, so he has to do
Yes,
a Wisdom save.
that's right.
So
That's a fail,
Well, it happens on its turn.
and it is its turn.
It is his turn.
Fair enough.
So I have to roll this one again.
Yep.
Okay. Sorry for the full text, but 16 radiant damage.
Holy smokes.
If it fails, half if it doesn't.
So it failed the wisdom save.
He took 16 then.
And it can only do half movement, right?
Half movement within the circle, yeah.
Right. So, I mean, it's a pretty big thing. So, I mean, it can't really move. I mean, it perceived, that something was happening this way, but it's realizing it can't swim much past the the edge of where it is.
And I couldn't see it, so I didn't know it was there. I'm just trying to get up the wall, right? So
Right. Yeah, so, I mean, you're just moving along the edge. You can see, based on where the fog of war is, you see that the wall goes into the water up to that little jut as it starts going, to the northeast there, or the top left, whichever way you feel it. All right. So it senses it. Okay. Yeah. So it is not. Would you consider Eldon being touching a 10-foot creature at this point? I'm thinking no.
I'm on beach.
Yeah, I'm thinking no. All right, so it senses that something is wrong as well, and it's going to start swimming away. Just kind of swimming randomly. You know what? Let's do that. I like that much better. All right, so that's good.
Has he become disoriented in the...
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to swim this way down to here. And you hear it as it kind of splashes up against the beach. As it's, it is a little confused. It's trying to attack something, but it's just thrashing. So, Korrin, you are up.
All right, doing something stupid again. I'm going to start running. So that's 10, 5, 10, 15. Then jump in the water. So that's 20, 30, 40. I'm bonus action dashing.
How deep is that water, by the way? We only just saw a ledge, right?
Right. So
I'm running or swimming either way.
Yeah. So as you jump into the water, you realize it's 2 feet deep.
Okay. So is that still difficult terrain?
Have you tried running in 2 feet of water? I'd say.
Okay. So it's like 5, 10, 15, 25, 35. So I got up there with I think I can get to about right there and have 5 feet left. So I'm going to try to open the door.
Okay.
Does the door open?
Yeah. As a matter of fact, it does. And you can't really see anything, but yes, you feel like the doors have pushed open. But you are in the middle of a fog cloud.
All right, I am going to release my concentration on the spell, and the spell's go.
All right.
Oh, I thought we'd use that while we were using the wall as our navigation.
I don't really want to walk into a bunch of orcs.
Oh, good point. Would the fog go through the door immediately? I guess so. Never mind.
It is magic fog.
Yes, and it would. Regardless, you wouldn't. He was in the middle of the fog, and everybody else was trying to look through the fog, so it wouldn't have mattered, based on how we ruled it. So, dropping that, you see that the corridor is goes 10, 20, 40, about 40 feet to the east, and the water here is 3 feet deep. It kind of takes a little bit of a dive. It's 3 feet deep, and it is slippery, so moving across this is going to cost you 3 feet of speed for every 1 foot of action or movement. And if you, same with when you were battling the snail, sudden actions, including combat, you'll have to do a dexterity save. It does appear that it becomes shallower as it goes to the east, though.
All right, I'm going to yell. It's like, guys, we think we can come up this way and get away from this fish. And I'm going to use my action to dash to move the final 10 feet worth up.
Right.
And I am done.
Siona, Raz, you are on deck.
Gonna move.
So that's 30 feet for her.
Yes.
I guess I'll use my action to dash. And be there, right inside the door.
How much distance is that going to cost?
And which way are you facing? So where would Thongrim be?
I'm facing the door, so he'd be behind me.
Gotcha. To answer Eldon, 5, 10, 20. I think getting Eldon to here would be 20 feet. This would be 30 feet. No. Oh.
They're burnt. Come on.
Thank you. This was... All right, so that's Siona's move. Sorry. Raz, you were up. Eldon, you were on deck.
So that's 20 feet. And if I decided to dash, that gives me 60 feet, so 40. But in rough terrain, that would only be 10 feet of movement, right?
Yes, I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna. Well, first off, I'm gonna switch my hex to Crazy Dolphin Man. Let's say Strength ability checks, and then go 5 feet, 10 feet, and I think that's all I can do.
Okay. Because you were using your dash, right?
Correct.
Gotcha. Eldon, you are up.
All shortness of me walking through that 2-foot deep water, following the wall and going as far as I can with a bonus action dash. Can I even get past Raz?
You can't land on top of him. You'd have to be able to make it past him.
Okay, so what is that? So that's 5, and then I've got, with a dash, I've got 45 left.
You can make it 15 feet.
1, 2,
2, and then 3, yeah.
So I'm left in the room with that thing still having an attack.
Right. But you also have your guardians.
Oh yeah, I know I have my guardian.
So the giant lightning eel sees you, and it Raz, high or low?
Low.
Low is you. It comes charging at you, and before it gets there, I'm going to do the wisdom saving throw as it moves in. It's saved, so it's going to take half damage.
6.
The guardians are bloodying this fish up, and so it moves within and it's going to come up here.
And then load in that space, right?
Right. It doesn't matter. It's got a really long swimming speed, or no, it doesn't. It's got 30. Either way, it's still going to make it there.
Yeah.
And so, as it gets to him, Ooba dooba. Okay, it's really pissed off, and so, seeing as it is a lightning eel, at Raz, it's going to attempt to shock you with its lightning jolt. And you will... And you save. Half as much. Oh. 8 damage. So, Will, if you've used this thing, did you notice that the rolling takes longer with that script in there?
No, I just know the rolling takes longer if you use 3D dice.
I'm not using 3D dice. Weird.
No,
Okay.
I haven't noticed that.
All right.
I know Lindsay does. I can tell it's delayed on my screen as her dice roll.
Korrin, you are up. Siona's on deck.
All right, I'm going to just take a step forward, put one of my rapier and pull the short bow out, and take a shot at him.
That is a miss.
And do I have to use inspiration now, or do I get to save it?
I was going to say during this battle.
Then I guess I'll go ahead and burn it. What's that advantage?
Sure. So, yeah, we'll say it's advantage.
I think DMS inspiration is, so that's a 22 then.
Yep, that's a hit. It gives you a sneak attack.
Yep, so 15 points of damage. And I have to roll, what, a dexterity saving throw?
Yep, or you go prone. So you were able to make the shot. There you go.
Okay, I make that shot, and then I will move back to where I was at, and I'll go ahead and bonus action dash 2 more squares to make some room. And I'm done.
All right, and go ahead and do another dexterity save for the dash. I figured, but anyway.
I lost a natural 20, so you can't figure anything.
No, I figured you would end up saving anyway.
I think I want to brace myself against the right side of the wall and just hold out a hand for Eldon and Raz to help them through when it's their turn. And that's it.
Okay. That'll work. Raz, you are up. You notice that the fish is awfully beaten up. If that matters.
I will take a chance and let's see. Hold on, let me think. So if I attack, I have potentially slip, right?
Correct.
I thought that was just in right.
No. It's just in that hallway. It actually didn't state that here. So you're good there.
I'm going to... Hold on. I moved there. 15, 30, 40. Yeah, I'll move. I'll first... I'll use my action to disengage, which I think I...
You can do that.
Okay. So I'll disengage and move 30 feet, or I guess 10 feet.
Yes.
10 feet. And I think I'm done.
So with your readied action, Siona, what was that just going to help them in, or were you going to try to pull them?
Yeah, I was just trying to help them in, pull them in, if they want to. I don't know.
Okay, I just didn't know if that would allow you to kind of pull them like 10 feet, or move them to say this square with help.
Yeah, if they take my hand.
Raz, do you do it?
Absolutely.
Can I use my reaction to help him as well?
Sure.
I think. I would say it's more like she's readying the grapple action to help him.
Right.
I think you can react.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm not really sure what you could do to help him because you're mostly underwater.
Push him in the water to save himself.
All right, so we're going to say that that Siona, as she, Raz reaches out, grabs her hand, she just yanks him and shunts him over here. So any bonus action or anything, Raz?
No.
Eldon, you are up.
I guess that used her action, her
Yes.
help action. So I'm on my own to climb over everyone. Since I can't land on any square that someone's using.
I mean, you could grapple me and hang on, and I could have two people.
I like it.
So what's my dash? But I have bonus. I'm not in adjacent, so I can use my dash.
Yes. Yeah, dash would be
a dexterity check, though,
But
right?
you can't move that far.
Yeah, that would give you a total of 3 squares. 50 feet, so minus 45, so that's 3 squares. So you could go...
Right,
hold on.
here.
You could go here for 5, that's 15. And then...
I'm just looking at the one space right behind...
I think you could get to there.
Okay, that's where I want to go.
That's 45 feet, but as soon as you walk in the door, you'd have to do your dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw.
Which, if you failed on top of somebody, I'm not really sure what that would do. I think we would have to push you to one side or the other, so you're probably going to make it there anyway.
What was the dexterity against?
10.
Or
10.
Oh, okay. Well, I think I saved.
You did.
Yeah. So yeah, I just want to get. I still want the Guardians to at least be out in that space. It's, to kind of there, but that's it. That's my move.
Okay. All right, so this giant eel is, again, just with rage, not rage, but, angered, swims forward, and it's going to move up to here, but let's see what happens first with the Spirit Guardians. It's trying to go out for blood. Wrong savings throw. So it's an 11. That did not pass the saving throw, so roll us the Guardians.
15 radiant damage.
So, what do the Guardians do to this thing?
Rush the eel like piranhas and just splash and thrash until it's destroyed.
Nice. Well done. You guys have cleared this. And you have defeated the nereid and its giant eel pet. And the doors, the emblazoned, each side of the doors have this half of a sun symbol on it. This wide open. You're overlooking this silvery pool to your west now in this room. And the room, the hallway that you are in, it makes a left turn towards the north, and the water is becoming shallower as you go to the east. So we are out of initiative.
All right, so Eldon, how long is your spell got on you?
That's what I was about to ask. I have a 1 minute concentration on this.
1 minute?
I believe it's combat concentration, so it's supposed to only be really during combat.
So it's lasted about, 18 seconds right now?
Oh, no, it says concentration up to 10 minutes.
Well, 10 minutes. How about this? You guys push forward. Keep that spell going.
Well, and I can designate safety.
It just seems like I'm going to go back and see if that thing had any loot on her, but you guys keep that spell going because it could be useful, and don't wait for me.
Okay, so we need someone to scout around the corner so we don't inadvertently do damage to something we may need to speak with. And then we have someone running back to check for...
I'm the fastest person here, so I'm going to go back and look for loot.
Okay, but fastest without slipping, right?
I'm the fastest no matter how you look at it.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm pretty much least likely to slip.
So who wants to scout out 15 feet in front of me?
So,
Sure.
Yeah.
For the next 10 minutes.
I can go back and look, get back down here, look around for loot.
Okay. So Raz gets up there to the corner, and where is my button?
I'm missing. Siona, you're going to keep an eye on Korrin.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so as the as the corridor turns to the north, you see a set of stairs rising up out of the dampness, and the path ends at a set of bronze doors. You notice that the doors appear to have keyholes in them, and you don't notice any hinges on the inside on your side of the wall. Korrin, as you walk into the room first, roll me, you're kind of standing over the remains of this eel corpse. Roll me a perception check, please. Okay. So, as you're looking around, you notice, the water is pretty clear. Like I said, that silvery-ish nature to it. You happen to see, along the floor of the thing. You see the ledges here around the eastern and southern wall here. You see where, the sand area here on this northern edge appears to have been, it goes down about, like I said, 12 feet. That seems to have been where the eel called home. It's, kind of a clear sandy bottom there. It drops off kind of steep on this water ledge here. You see a bed of kelp, a kelpish, clump on the northern corner here that seems a little out of place.
Okay. Well, first, before I go swimming, I'm going to check the nereid for loot.
The only thing that you see on her body is the sheer garment that she was wearing. Other than that, there does not appear to be any other trinkets or weaponry or anything on her person.
Okay, then saying that, I'll just rush around to the outside, then get in the water wherever that kelp's at, start digging around.
Okay, so the kelp, I'm going to move you, is over here. So you notice the bed of kelp is 12 feet underwater. So you should be able to swim that.
That's no problem.
All right. So as you swim down, you notice a small cavern, which appears to be the nereid's grotto, kind of where it called home. And when I say a small cavern, maybe 10, 12, let me see if it's nothing on the map here, but let's see if I can draw something like that kind of shape. And I just realized you guys can't see all of that. You see an underground, small little cavern that appears to be where she, rested or hid or something. And inside that cavern, you see 6 golden statues, a golden mask, and you see what appear to be 2 crystal scroll cases, and a silver idol. And a pair of gloves. The idol appears to be more of a decorative bottle holding some sort of liquid.
Is this all underwater, or is it like an air area?
It is underwater. It kind of comes up, you dive under, the 12 feet, you see that, and you're able to scoot under the ledge, and there is a little bit of an air area underneath there. You're not exactly sure how much ventilation is there. You'd have to, you don't necessarily see many vents there. But,
well, that's fine. I go back to where I'm at now.
Is
Surface.
the air better than the rest of the air in this dungeon?
I'm going to cast Dancing Lights, if that's not, should already be up, and make sure it's recast, Mage Hand, and I'm just going to kind of float just under the water to where I can see the stuff, and I'm going to start Mage Handing everything into a sack.
Okay. All right, so...
Going up for air whenever I need it.
Okay, so let me... do you need me to type that out?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Give me a second.
You want to type them directly into the bag of holding?
Sure. All right, talk amongst yourselves while I do this real quick.
And so we're moving forward up the stairs.
You're stymied by that door.
We're probably up by the door. I'm concerned about going through any doors when the nereid was commenting about some sort of boss.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping we get there before your spell runs out.
Yeah. And I'm staying right 15 behind you, but I think, Siona, you're waiting back at the door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we'll be yelling around the corner to tell you what we see, but we're going to stop at the door, right, Raz?
Yeah.
All right, we're back.
I
Okay.
don't even know how you did that, but that's cool.
What? Like, Discord has these really cool features, apparently, that I don't know anything about.
Where is the bag of holding? Is that a Google Doc?
It is.
Let me scroll back up to the chat.
Hang on.
It's in the Google Drive that's shared with all of us.
I think it's this link. There it is, bag of holding.
Yeah, we post it like on average once every 3 or 4 sessions.
Yeah, it was like 1 page up.
Essentially, adding it there means you don't have to type it twice.
Yeah, so update with the fact that I'm carrying the whatchamacallit, movable rock, not Thongrim.
Oh yeah, so things have moved around. It's
And Siona has the adroit belt.
Yes, that sounds familiar. I think that gave her an +1 bonus.
+1 to
intelligence.
to saving throws.
Yeah.
So 2 times this entire campaign that we have to make an intelligence saving throw.
Gotta love random tables, man. Random tables.
Yeah, in saving throws, man, they're not used.
Okay, so this entire effort so far has probably taken you 5 or so minutes to get all that stuff out of the grotto. So if Eldon and Raz were doing something during that time, we'll go ahead and cut to that. I will say one thing. That Korrin didn't seem to notice any of the gas that's in that grotto, but he also didn't notice any, active ventilation or anything. So, may not be a great place for, say, something like a long rest.
not enough oxygen in that small area for 5 people, or 4. Yeah. So I guess Raz, we're just listening at the door, right? So we just need to resolve that.
Yeah, we're just looking at the door, checking out the mechanism, waiting for everyone to regroup.
Okay. So you are looking at the door. Again, it is a set of, and you've seen these bronze doors throughout the tomb. You notice that there are keyholes there. So go ahead and roll me a perception check, because I'm assuming you are attempting to listen in there as well. Okay, so yeah, you press your ears up against the wall, and you don't necessarily hear anything. You're checking around. I imagine you're kind of maybe jiggling, jostling things, and from what you can tell, it does not appear that the doors are locked. From what you can tell. I'm assuming you're right next to the door.
So I'll relay that information to Siona, indicating maybe she wants to, her Korrin wants to go in.
Alrighty. So are we the two groups synced back up now?
Yeah, so I get out and catch back up.
Yeah, I'm not interested in going through the door until the group's here.
I keep trying to move Thungrim. I can't do that.
I will fix that. Because I'm trying to move him too, and I don't always remember. So that you can do that now as well. All right, so Raz has related all that information to you all. And we're going to say, about 5 minutes has passed.
And you said there were two round, like, keyhole-looking things in the door?
I didn't. They were just keyholes.
Can I look through them?
Sure. You want to roll me a perception check as well? Okay, so you peer down and you're with your roguish natures, and you're looking through here and you're noticing, and you can clearly see that but even though the keyholes are there, it's clearly unlocked.
I can't see anything through the keyhole.
No. I mean, you can see that there's it does go through, but you don't really see anything of note.
Be very, very quiet.
All right, I'm going to slowly push or pull the door open as appropriate.
It would be pushing this time.
That's good, because I don't think pulling it through a keyhole would be very comfortable.
That's funny. All right, give me just a second. I know that sounded ominous.
Well, it's almost as roll initiative.
Okie dokie. So,
Flashbacks to Castle Frederick.
it's the longest hallway ever. But I'm happy that you remembered the castle name. So this hallway that opens up in front of you is 20 feet wide and has piles of rubble and debris scattered along its length. The walls are covered with frescoes and murals. The south wall depicting scenes of a battle between natives and invaders. Down the ways a little bit, the northern wall depicts various frescoes and of people questing for a new land, and various murals of their experiences during the journey, including crossing treacherous mountains, sailing over storm-tossed seas, and receiving the guidance of the gods in their battles to keep their homeland free from invasions. In the center of the wall, of the northern wall, is a painting of a pyramid with a temple atop it, and the sun shining over the land. Double bronze doors stand in the eastern end of the south wall. Down the hall to the west, the double bronze doors are the ones that you just opened, sorry. Down the hall to the west, the bottom of the map, is an archway carved in the form of twining serpents, and beyond it, the corridor continues on into shadow. So what do you do?
That was it. Pitch black down this hallway?
I mean, outside of the gas, I'd say, yeah, there's no... Hang on. There's no discerning light that I can... Well, I mean, hang on. We're going to say there's no discerning light, so we're just assuming... I'm assuming that people with dim vision, dark vision, would be able to make all this stuff out. You're just kind of... I've just assumed that your dancing lights have kind of been floating around.
Yeah, I keep them around when necessary.
So yeah, everything is fairly dim, and and again, gas affecting the nature of fire and gas, and your whatever. Anyway, it's a pretty long room.
All right, guys, I can't sneak down this without giving my position away with lights. Eldon's all glowy, too. And so I'm guessing it's Raz's turn to go play stealth.
Sure. I'll
He sounds thrilled.
slowly.
I can
I'll
back you
slowly
up around the
move my-
corner. Or watch you cross the corner. I don't mind backing you up.
I'll start carefully making my way down the hole.
Okay. So you're passing various murals on the left and right. As you get close to the center of the chamber, you notice on the northern wall, it just comes across as you feel like you may have seen some of these people depicted in other paintings that you've seen in the past. As if you're looking at the ones with, people on the sailing ships and the various iconography. Some of these things, it seems a little too convenient for them to be coincidental. And then, on closer inspection, you notice as you're passing the painting of the pyramid, this mysterious, the lines of the brick and the stonework and everything, as depicted on this fresco, seems to, what's the word I'm looking for? Imbue that mysterious symbol that we've never quite put our thumbs on.
The red flames?
Yes.
I'll signal to Eldon the all clear. Or at least so far, all clear. And I'll just keep making my way down.
So far, you've managed to not set off any traps that you've seen.
He's seen some traps.
I'm just saying he hasn't set anything off.
Can I see anything in the west?
I was trying to figure out where you were. You went off my screen. So you get towards the west, and again, you see the corridor continues on into shadow. So roll me a perception check, please. So as you get closer, you walk up to the archway, and you start inspecting into the darkness, and you realize that the western wall isn't what it appears to be, and it appears to be a cleverly painted mural designed to give the illusion of depth. That this hallway continues on much further than it really does, when in fact you can, now that you're inspecting it, you see that it really only goes 5 feet deep.
Ah, damn it, I got roadrunnered.
If you would have been running, that would have been awesome. Because that's what was in my mind.
As he's doing this, I'll cast message a couple times, just asking what he sees.
Well, it looks like there's a end of the line down here, but come on down. You'll see some very familiar faces on the wall.
All right, then I will light up the hallway with dancing lights enough for me to make my way down.
Okay.
And would we have any definitive memory of what we're seeing on the wall, the people on the wall and the walls and stuff like that, that you said we would recognize? Other than the red flames, or...
Yeah, I mean, if you think back to, and if you can recall when we were going through, I believe it was the Minotaur's Cave, and all the murals and everything. Raz believes he had seen, paintings, the people in here are starkly similar. And maybe not exactly, but they are, very much, he got the feeling of, maybe these are the same people or from the same, for lack of a better word, tribe, or the same groupings of people.
Can we compare it to Siona's cape? Didn't she take one of the murals down, or one of the...
Yeah, I think it's in the bag of holding at the moment.
It is, and
we have...
My toga, you mean?
Yes, the toga. The mural becoming togas.
Right.
Yeah, we absolutely can do that. Let's see if I can pull... That's a good call. So as you shuffle around and you pull out this toga, you look at it, and it is of two ships at sea. The one ship on the left port it was on the horizon, and that ship had a faint glow to it. The other ship had turned around and headed back towards it looks like it was heading back towards Rocky Cliffs with a large ship flying the Church of Bane's banner, the Claw of Bane, firing barrages of flaming arrows and spells towards the other ship. The dark storm clouds on the left from all the previous murals, they've consumed the right side of the map. You do notice... that there was on the boat on the left, there was this what appeared to be, I think it was a elven creature holding something high in his hand, and that person is the one that you also seem to notice in some of these pictures. In the other one, you see, in some of the other paintings, you see symbolism of a gnome with an eye patch, and a large scar across, covering, the eye patch covering that large scar, and another one with an elven figure in red robes, and then. Yeah, the one that was holding the thing up in the air was like a muscular human, with a large beard and a shield on his back. So you see some of these depictions of these people throughout, the various pictures. And, comparing it to what you see on Siona's toga, it seems, like I said, a little too convenient for it to be coincidence.
All right. Should we keep going? Or do we want to keep investigating these murals?
Are these murals similar to they look like cloth murals like the one we pulled out, or?
No, these are actually, more frescoes. They're actually painted. Actually painted on the wall or embossed. Some of them are, etched into the side. all that. You can roll me a perception check if you would, Eldon.
I'll touch myself.
You can't. You'll lose spirit guardians.
What?
He's getting close to that 10 minutes.
It's a cantrip.
But it's still concentration.
I mean, I would say at this point you are right at that 10-minute mark, if not maybe even past it.
Yeah, if we're getting in and comparing things there. But, okay, so just want to make sure I'm not totally confused. I can't cast a cantrip and concentrate at the same time?
It's a matter of
concentration.
No,
Guidance requires concentration as well. It's not that it's a cantrip, it's just you can't have two concentration spells going at once.
Oh, yeah, no, I understood that. I didn't realize that the cantrip had concentration. Sorry, my bad. Okay, yeah, so anyway, yeah, I mean, if we're doing these comparisons, I'm sure our time is running out anyway on that.
Yeah, I mean, I'd say the 10 minutes is, it's a 125-foot, hallway you guys have been looking through and, analyzing and kind of sneaking down. I'd say the 10 minutes is up by now.
All right.
So, do you continue to touch yourself?
Well, yeah, I guess I'll since if we'll time that, I'll do my. So I have a 12 for perception. Not that made a huge difference, but maybe it did.
So, I mean, you look at it and you do, as with Raz, you did perceive the symbol or the symbology of the red flames on there. You also happen to notice that on the picture or the hell is this thing called again? The fresco, the one with the pyramid and with a temple on top. You notice something odd about the sun shining, or the sun that's over the temple.
Define odd.
If you upon closer inspection, you notice that it's actually separate from everything else. It's clearly, everything, there's different interconnected pieces of the murals and everything, but this one actually seems to stand apart from the actual fresco, and appears that it may be a mechanism of some form. Now, it's a little high on the wall, so I mean, Eldon can't really reach it, but he's kind of peering up and
Little guy going, ooh, what's that? Ooh, what's that?
Yeah. So
I guess I'll go take a look at it.
Okay.
Get some dancing lights around it. You want a perception check?
No, you get up there, and as you're inspecting it with the dancing lights, you clearly see now, I mean, that you get a better vantage point at this, and you're looking at it, it's like, yeah, it's clearly a mechanism, or it's something like a button you can press, or it's obviously it's hidden in plain sight. Something can be done with this thing.
All right, guys. There's a button up here. Should I press it?
So where can we get a location on the hallway where we're standing?
Oh, yeah, you would want to know that, wouldn't you? Here, let me, I'll just go ahead and move your character. You're sitting here, and Korrin is here.
Okay, so we're talking about right in front of the wall.
Yes.
Okay. My guess is we're kind of staying together as a group-ish, so, right? So okay. I'm going to back away from the wall if you want to mess with that a little bit, Korrin.
Yeah, I'm going to also back away from the wall and let the old mage hand press the button.
Oh, okay. Then I'm going to move down here. I don't want to be in direct line.
You guys.
I will get out of line of sight up over here.
You guys kill me.
Well, it's like it's going to be an AoE that kills us anyway. So
I pressed the button.
He pressed the button. I heard it. All right. So you press the button, and the machinations, you hear this ka-chunk as the sun, enters the wall, and this grinding sound, and this secret passage opens up as the panel kind of lifts up into the ceiling. You notice that the passage that is opening up is 8 feet above the floor of where you stand. So you also hear a sound of, and from where Raz is, since he hasn't moved, he hears some distinct clicks and vibrations coming from the alcoves to the west of him. From here and here. All right, so say that again. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I just wondered how far into that room he sees, but not that I would. Well, I don't know. I'm 60 feet.
Yeah. All right. So you're Ping. Which one are you talking about?
Oh, just.
Oh yeah. He Raz.
The archway. Can we see?
Raz noticed that it was kind of an optical illusion, and it only went 5 feet. It's actually a mural. It's actually a very intricate painting. So, let me reveal what's happened here.
Okay. So, a passageway 8 feet above us just opened up and is about to pour hot, melted
Butter
metal on us. And
tons of spiders, a Tarrasque, all sorts of crazy things are about to come at you right now.
Right.
So it's been a great campaign, but this is where it ends.
It's how I always wished I would die.
Covered in melted butter.
Deliciously.
All right, so this secret passage has opened up. It has opened up, and it's 8 feet off the ground. So you're looking up at this, and so you can't, really see all the way down this. But this door has opened up into this long hallway. So there you go.
All right, so I guess I will come down here and just kind of jump up some and try and look down the hallway, see if it's. I guess it's pitch black, so I'm not going to see much.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of dim. You would you're the one who's going to have the most trouble seeing the farthest way. You do notice, though, immediately that it is a high-ceilinged room, probably 30 feet high. You do get the idea of some protruding sculptures or something that's on the walls to the north, and a couple of corridors coming off the ways.
Do we hear anything coming from the west of us? Where you said something, there was something opened up.
Raz would have heard kind of a mechanical clicking sound as if something was resetting.
Did I see anything in this sort of illusionary portrait?
No, you didn't see anything. But you did, the mechanisms that you heard, it emanated from these little alcove areas. You heard it on either side. But you don't, you're looking around, the painting doesn't change, you don't see anything out of the ordinary. But something did click.
All right. Well, I'm going to, up at this entrance, take out the old movable rod and stick it about 3 feet in the air off the ground, stand on it, and kind of climb up here and dancing lights.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so this corridor, and again, it's 30 feet tall, decorated with, you do see that there are sculptures on the wall. To the east or the north, or the top of this map, is a narrow corridor that heads off, and one that heads off to the west, or the bottom of this map. The statuary that adorns the walls consists of 4 sculpted heads of animals. Each one is 6 feet above the floor and 2 to 3 feet in diameter. Opposite of the passage that leads to the east, or to the top, is a stylized head of a coyote. Across from the hallway going west, or the bottom, is the head of a grinning bear. Near the southern end of the corridor, where Korrin's currently standing, is the head of a bison, mounted on the eastern wall. At the northern end of the area, along the west wall, is what appears to be the head of an eagle with its beak open, and something shines from within the eagle's mouth. So, this is the bison, the coyote, the eagle, and the other one, the bear.
Are you sure those aren't just all boobs?
They might be.
So nearest to farthest is bison, coyote, eagle.
Eagle's the last one.
Eagle's the last one. This is a bear.
Okay. While he's doing that, I'm going to take my mage hand out. I'm just going to, like with my real hand, feeling the texture of the portrait. I'm going to feel the portrait with my mage hand on the western.
Okay. So where are you standing?
Let's say 10 feet away.
Wait. Okay, so you're standing right where you are right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're just trying to get a feel of the illusionary wall, or the illusory painting?
Yeah, this weird sort of... I heard the clicks. I didn't see anything change. Do I feel anything out of the ordinary with the mage hand, or does the mage hand do anything touching the paint?
No, it doesn't. You know what? I keep forgetting about your passive perception, though. I mean, and we'll just say as you look at either side of the alcove to the south or to the north, you do catch a glimpse that you didn't see at first of what appears to be the edge, a faint edge of a pressure plate on the floor. So let me mark that for you. So you would get each one of those 5-foot squares. You noticed a faint edge of what appears to be a pressure plate.
I'll mosey back up to the group and tell them about the pressure plates and see what Korrin.
So, what do we want to do here, guys?
Swing it. The immovable rod. I can't climb up.
I'll reach out and help you up.
I can't even get myself up there.
3 feet?
3 feet, then
3 feet. I'm holding on. It's where you put it. It's over my head. So I'm just like, okay.
Well, no, he put it 3. Oh, wait, how tall are you?
3 feet 4.
No, so it's like right at your eye. The immovable bar is right at eye level. So you're looking at that.
Do a pull up.
I'm like trying to, but remember my little 8 strength. I can barely lift my bag that's on my back. So I'm like getting my chin above the thing, thinking I'm great.
All right. I will use the mage hand and discharge it, move it down a foot and a half. Put it.
Can I reach that far? No, we need. No, I will find a way for me to climb up there when we're ready to move up there. Should we come up there, or what did Raz? What did you say about these pressure plates over there?
I mean, it looked like in the corners of the room there was two pressure plates, but I don't. I mean, your guess is as good as mine with it.
Do you think the wall down there has an opening, or?
You know, it's really hard. It's hard to tell. I mean, we could certainly go messing around down there, but I'm not feeling particularly brave at the moment. I think we'd best stick together and take one thing.
Okay, sounds fair. Let's find a way to climb up this thing. Siona, you agree? Korrin, you think we should all come up?
Unless you want to press that. Yeah, I'm going to say come up here. I don't think we should be pressing things in the grip.
I agree. I'm with that. But so I'll. Whatever we need to do with the rod to help me get up there.
I'm sure between the rod and Siona, we can get everyone up here.
We'll just throw Thongrim up there and
Thud.
we just tossed a dwarf. Hey, guess what? We're gonna throw a gnome next. Throw me up there.
All right, so everybody, the intent is to get up on the wall, right? Or get up in the corridor?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. And when they're all up here, I'll just grab the rod and put it back in my belt.
All right, so we're going to say everybody has made their way up here, and, you know, is kind of hovering right there. So before you go too much further, trying to figure out how much game time has passed here. Say about, I'm going to guess about 40 minutes or so has passed since the last poison check. So you get up there, and Siona, join me in the DM chat real quick, please.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So as Siona gets into this hallway, you get this this feeling, and your spirit person, Fiona Fieri, whatever, Iron Song. I can't remember her name exactly.
I don't either.
Hey, but it's all tying back together, or trying to. I'm doing my best here. But you get the feeling that there's something important. You're getting this impression that you are heading towards something very important, getting in this direction. And as you traverse farther to the north, at this point, that feeling it's going to start getting a little stronger. So could you roll me an insight check real quick?
Okay.
Because you're not getting like this exact, explicit idea, but you do get the impression that it may be the next key.
The next key.
You get it. Your suspicion is that hey, maybe because we've been looking for the set of 3 keys, so you get the suspicion that the next key may be in this tomb.
Okay.
Okay, so communicate that as you wish.
And I have like a sense of direction of the item.
Yeah, you would you get the feeling that it's towards. Let me expand the map a little bit. It's as you start moving more northern at this point, you get that feeling is going to be stronger. But that's about all I can say at this point. But that impression is going to be stronger in Siona.
Okay.
Cool.
Heal. I'm out of I have 1 heal spell left.
I have a grease spell, so.
Yeah.
Hey, those are fun.
I have 6 points of lay on hands and 2 lesser restoration. Is that a healing spell?
No.
Or I can cast Cure Wounds at 2 times at 2nd level. Just to share healing with.
Yeah.
I have 3 or 4 potions too.
We have potions.
Mm-hmm.
How many potions do we have?
1 each and a couple in the bag.
I have 2 regular potions of healing and 1 greater healing.
I have forgotten about those.
I have none on me. No, I have 1 regular.
I don't have any I don't put 1 in my inventory, but I remember us talking about having them too.
You may have already used yours.
Did we distribute?
I recall, and again, fuzzy because it's been a long time, but I recall one battle somewhere where Raz had actually went through and distributed potions to everybody.
Yeah, I don't see anything in the bag of holding.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at. I don't see it in there either. I think this was before the bag of holding, right?
Well, we just renamed the spreadsheet from the stash to the bag of holding. Everything got transferred in.
Oh, that's right.
I see 8 healing potions, but I think that might be 8 minus the 5 we distributed equally. So I think it's 3 healing potions. In fact, I'm going to put it's 3 healing potions because I don't think we had 3.
Have we ever used any healing potions?
If it's in
early
your equipment,
fights.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
y'all
say
did.
that we each are carrying 1 healing potion then at this point.
unless you've
No.
used it yet.
I still have 3. Because we ran into that one guy, and I got like extra ones or something.
Okay. But at the very least, everybody has one healing potion. Okay. Just...
Yeah.
Oh.
By the way, I have a very strong feeling that we're going the right way. And that it might be another key, because it's a similar feeling to what I felt when I was near the first.
We have keys?
The keys we're supposed to be searching for.
Oh, wait, this the Blue-Eyed Billy key?
Yeah.
Okay, I was thinking maybe a dungeon key. Okay.
Well, by all means, lead the way.
What was that?
Nothing. He was telling me about the statues. Or Will was telling me about the statues. Do we need to do anything with these statues before we continue on?
You are more than welcome to try.
I just want to take a close look at all of them, I guess.
Okay. So, of all four of them, I mean, they're fairly intricately carved statues. I mean, you get the feeling that whoever made these took great pride in their work, and they're very very detailed. I mean, of the bison, I mean, there's specific, the two horns kind of curve up, I'd say 1.5 feet over the head. I mean, these things, 2 to 3 feet in diameter. They're very lifelike. The one of note is the eagle one. That's the one that's farthest to the north. It does have something shiny in its open beak. Its beak is kind of open on something, and so you do see that. And I'm assuming you. Well, actually, I can't assume that. From where you are right now, you see that it is shiny.
Are these corridors?
Yes, that is a narrow corridor leading to the east, and one a little bit wider heading towards the west. And then you see that the corridor that you're currently on takes a turn to the right. From what you can see towards that one, you see some shadowy, at the up here on the very northern wall here. It's kind of some shadowy looking statues along that wall.
As we go past, I want to peek in this.
Okay. Boop. All right, and let's see here. This is where the module kind of takes some flipping around. All right, so the one that leads to the east, it takes a short jog to the south. You see from this at the tail end of that thing, you see a faint flickering light down that one.
I'm just gonna keep going towards the shiny.
Okie dokie. It is shiny. All right. So, as you cross down, or did you take a look to the west? I'm assuming you did.
Yes, I did. Totally.
So you see a long corridor that heads to the west. There is appears to be an entrance to heading towards the south, and then long ways down there, it turns towards the north.
Is the feeling I had still straight in front of me? Or do I have a sense?
The feeling is a little stronger from where you are. It's it's faint. You definitely know that north appears to be. It feels right, but you can't really figure if east or west is better to you yet.
Okay, I'm just going to cross the hallway and take a closer look at the shiny.
Okay, so upon getting up to the shiny, you notice that it is a bracelet of some form.
Mage.
Hey, somebody want to come check this? See if it's safe?
Yeah, I guess I can do that. So I guess I'll go right there and check for traps.
Okay. You don't. I mean, you're looking at it, and I mean, seems like it's a little too good to be true. While you can't necessarily ascertain what the mechanisms are, your gut's telling you this is not right.
Okay. I don't think I should take this. At least not with all of us clustered around it like this. Yes, why don't you make sure there's nothing up from us and give me some space.
Okay, I'll go check around the corner.
All right. So hold on. So,
what do these statues look like?
well, along both sides of the corridor here, deep in the shadows, human figures appear to be floating above the floor. As you approach, you see that the figures are seemingly suspended in the air. Go ahead.
Sorry to say, you're describing what Siona's seeing right now, not responding to Korrin's question?
I thought I was responding to Korrin's question. Ask the question again. Clearly, I missed it.
What do the statues look like?
I am responding to Korrin's question. You see that the figures are seemingly suspended, or that are seemingly suspended in the air, are actually withered corpses standing upright on a ledge 2 feet above the floor.
Creepy.
That is an accurate assessment.
I don't feel like we should touch the bracelet. I now have a bad feeling about the bracelet as well.
Me too, and I'm going to back away from it.
I'm going to use Divine Sense.
That's smite.
Oh, wrong one.
Smite the bracelet. And this is not detect good or evil?
The presence
Yeah, it
of strong
does.
evil registers like a noxious odor.
Okay.
So either smelly or musical. That's good. But I can also detect celestial fiends or undead.
You don't notice anything. This spell does not alert you one way or the other at this time. You just get the uncanny, unnerving sense of this is just creepy. Who would do this?
This way back here looks more mundane.
Okay, so I'm thinking maybe we don't take the bracelet and we just carefully go through these steps. Maybe not touch them.
Or this way looks more mundane.
To the west. What you're talking about? Down.
That would be where I'm standing, so yeah, down.
Yes, to the west.
Oh, the little arrow thingy's off the screen.
That's fine. Let's just say it's down.
Yes, down.
Who wants to go where?
Well, which way is your insight sending you?
I don't know. Which way is it sending me? Is it stronger over here? Is this like hot and cold?
We could treat it like that, but I'll tell you right now. You know, because you were further north, that it feels a little stronger. But you.
But the west tunnel also goes north, right?
The down tunnel goes down. Yeah, it does turn north. It does. Yes, indeed, it does. It's just not on my map right now, but yes, it does at the far end of the tunnel.
We could go that way first, since it looks safer. And then always come back this way.
All right, what'd you say, Raz?
I start my journey downward.
Okay. All right, so Raz goes down that way. Hang on. So, Raz, when you get there, you see a small alcove. It's holding a 3-foot-tall stone pedestal on which rests a small silver coffer. 15 feet in front of the alcove, there is a single small step up in the stone floor. Inside the alcove, the floor is elevated an additional 2 feet. So right here is a step up of 1 foot. Right here is a step up of 2 feet.
Okay, I will get close and start looking for pressure plates and all the other things that might be set off by walking in here.
All right, roll me a perception check.
I am still blind.
You are still blind, so you don't see anything immediately. You do know that there is a step up there.
All right, well, I will slowly walk up. Dancing lights are going. And I just want to take a look at the coffer, you say?
Yes. All right. So, all right. So as you walk up onto that, next to the stone coffer, the floor inside the alcove where you are sinks 10 feet. At the same time, the 15 feet of slab floor north of it, which is this part right here, it raises 15 feet, pivoting downward. So it has angled shut. The northern side of the slab is now sealing off the passage, and the southern side of the slope of it is down where you are. So right now, you are trapped in the alcove. It is locked into place, and it is steeply sloped. So those looking in at you are now looking at the backside of this stone slab, like, oh shit.
It goes all the way to the ceiling?
Yes.
Okay.
We now see a wall where we used to see.
I mean, there is a very thin. I mean, it's not completely at the ceiling. There's a narrow space there.
So there is room to get out?
No.
He ascended or descended?
He descended.
All right. Just to try something, I'm going to take the rod back out, stick it 5 feet in the air, and climb onto it so I'm no longer standing on the bottom.
On the floor.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
what that's called.
The bottom thing.
The bottom thing where my feet go.
My walking hands are no longer on the bottom thing.
Okay, so yes, you are now balancing. You're perched up on top of the rod. You are currently trapped in this thing, but you do notice that the silver coffer has a latch on it that does not appear to be locked. Let's see.
How does the floor do anything other than no longer standing on it?
Nope.
And how steep is the sloped area?
It's pretty steep. Let's say 70 degrees.
Okay.
I mean, y'all could. I mean, if I think y'all would still be able to hear each other, so you can still converse. And for what it's worth, the way everybody was positioned, nobody took any damage. So silver lining.
All right, so I'm guessing that the thing the coffer's on came down with me, so it's still.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to mage hand open it up.
Okay. Inside the coffer is a strange copper figurine, narrow, with fins, looking somewhat fish-like. Written on the side of this figurine are strange runes that... you can speak Elvish, right?
Probably. Let me double check.
It looks...
I do.
Okay, the script looks similar to Elvish and spells out what you think is the name Ilnadra. I will write that out for you. And on the slimmer end of it is a small arched square panel.
Square panel? Just
Yes.
on the panel?
Yes. Well, it is a panel. So, yeah, this coffer... Okay, so this thing is a little, it's a little larger. A little larger than I initially imagined. So you're looking inside of this thing, and so oh, I got it. On this, when I say the slimmer end is I believe that's the slimmer end of the coffer, is a smaller arched square panel. Not the smaller end of the fish.
I guess, is it muffled, or can I hear him pretty well?
It's a little muffled, but it's not. I mean, you can still hear him.
All right, so yeah, I'm okay. I'm trapped way down here, and there's a giant slide blocking my way. I found this figurine thingy with the name Livia on it. Got these more. Are those I's or L's?
One, it's an I and then an L. Yeah, I'm thinking Ilnadra.
Yeah,
Ilnadra.
When you said it, that's pretty much how I imagined it spelled. So, does the name Ilnadra mean anything to anybody?
Don't know.
Don't think so. I'm gonna head back upwards and reinspect the animal statues, the 4 of them.
Okay. All right.
All right, and while he's doing that, I'm going to investigate. Look deeper at that pet. Does it looks like it moves or anything, or anything special about
it? The panel looks like you could open it. Raz, what are you doing?
I guess I'm looking for any names or words on the animal statues.
Okay. So as you go looking around, you peer around each of the the carved statues, and it does not appear to be any runes or anything marked specifically on them. And as you're looking at them, it doesn't. You don't perceive that they have changed in any shape, form, or fashion.
Can I look around in the vicinity of this hallway and see if there's any, latches or switches?
Yeah, so go ahead and roll me a perception check.
I have that somewhere. There it is.
That'd be with guidance. Oh, she wants to roll an extra D4 for that.
Okay.
Okay, so you when you're looking through, and you're able to, you're actively looking through everything. You manage to, I mean, it's kind of high up there, but you manage to kind of catch a glimpse of something along that narrow ledge inside of where that had cantilevered up towards the ceiling. You see that where you could probably chip away at it to maybe dislodge the latch, but you notice that it's right, on either edge of that narrow space where it appears to be touching. You think you could probably break that latch on either side.
It needs to be broken. It's not just something you flip.
No, it looks like it's lodged fairly tight. It's
it would take two people, or
it's
way on both sides.
It's more a function of time.
Should I start hitting this? I told them about the lat.
If you do, let's tell Korrin to stand kind of away from anything that moved when he dropped down there.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit worried that things go the other way quickly.
Well, there was plenty of room for you to stand tall before that platform dropped 10 feet.
Okay.
So at worst, you may be shot and flung into the ceiling. Not saying that's going to happen, but that, probably not going to happen.
But it could.
It could.
But it's not going to. But
it's not going to, but it could. I mean, in the theater of the mind, I would think it would be very funny to have a Wile E. Coyote type moment. But,
okay, so this platform came down about 10 feet from where I started.
Yes.
How tall is the pedestal that the coffer's on?
The pedestal is... where is it?
really?
Okay, where was it? There was
like 2 or 3 feet or something.
Yeah, I mean, the alcove went up 2 feet, and then the 13 feet. Actually, let's say it's 5 feet.
Okay, then I'm going to do this. I'm going to get down. I'm going to climb up on top of that pedestal, and I'm going to jump with the movable rod to where it is above where the floor used to be, and climb up and balance on it again, and say, yes, go ahead and break that latch.
That's awesome.
Okay. Start chipping away at it.
Okay. So you're going to chip away at it. And so this is going to take... honestly, you start working on it, it's going to take about an hour.
Okay, well, while she's doing that, I want to mage hand and open up that panel.
Okay. So they're chipping away. They're working on that. You mage hand open the panel, which comes open quite easily. And inside that panel is a small bank of lighted colored beads.
Like the beads are glowing?
Yes, they're emanating a faint light.
Okay, I mean, are they different colors? What are they? How many?
It is it's a small pan. So there's many of them, and we're saying that they are. I'd say there's multicolored, some orange, yellows, reds, greens. I mean, it's not like with the blinking and the beeping and the flashing and the blinking, but there's multicolored beads, and it's just a faint glow to them.
Do they make like some sort of picture I recognize?
No, it seems it's like a random assortment.
Okay, push one.
Okay. The moment that you touch one of the beads, the panel snaps shut, and after a few seconds, the fish-like figurine rises into the air and starts to flit about the alcove. It's kind of acting like a snitch. It's hovering at times, and it kind of zips back and forth, but at no point does it ever get within reach of you. But this little thing is, it's a small, it's narrow looking, like, kind of like, I would imagine it looking like a copper version of the Babel fish from Hitchhiker's Guide, the little small thing that's flitting back and forth, kind of reacting like the golden snitch from, that whatever. I can't think of the name of it. The Harry Potter sport.
Quidditch?
Yes, thank you. Quidditch.
All right, can I open the panel back up?
Yes.
Has anything changed inside?
No. Still multicolored, lighted beads.
Okay, I'm going to dismiss Mage Hand and recast it on top of the fish statue and grab it.
I think that's going to be... Not sure how that would work. I don't know if you can... I don't know if that would be able to happen. So, what's the... I mean, it works like a regular hand. Throw me a dexterity check on it.
Dexterity?
Yeah. All right. So the mage hand attempted to do that, but it flitted outside of its grasp before you were able to grab it.
Well, luckily, I have almost an hour to keep trying.
Yep. So, let's do this. So it's 9:10. So the first, let's go ahead and get this one out of the way. Y'all have been chipping away at it for about 15, 20 minutes, which takes us up to the hour mark of our good friend, the amber gas. While I'm doing that, Eldon, can you roll me a 1d12? All right, so the gas has inflicted 6 points of damage to everybody.
Thanks, Eldon.
Nope, no. I rolled the poison. You can blame me. He was rolling for something else, and nothing occurred on that.
Thanks, Eldon.
So we'll just say that you have spent your time. They've chipped it away, and we'll say after about another 45 minutes has passed, they managed to chip it out. And the floor. So this entire time you're sitting there flipping with the mage hand, trying to get this thing, everybody else is chipping away. I'm imagining, Thongram's just kind of sleeping on the floor and still not hitting the damn DC to wake up. And Eldon, I'm not really sure what Eldon's doing because he's really short and wouldn't be able to reach up there. But they managed to chip it away. And as soon as that last latch comes undone, the floor it doesn't come crashing down. But I mean, as quickly as it went up, it came down. And so your Korrin is still perched along that ledge. I'm assuming you're kind of like back against the wall with your feet pressed against the rod.
Something like that.
So not perching like a bird, which that would be.
My balance is good. My balance is not that good.
It paints a funnier picture to me. But so you're doing that, and just for grins, roll me 2 more dexterity checks. Let's see. Okay. Neither one of them hit the DC I had in my mind, which was 15. So you've done that. You have successfully freed him from this alcove. It took, and like I said, it took a good bit of time. But it appears that, now that you know there's a trap there, you might want to be careful going back across, maybe try to balance out the weight a little bit. But through all of this, as you've been down there, Siona does get the feeling that the western side, that going west, the downside, yes, the downside, going down on the map, increase that feeling that they may be going the right direction.
I share that.
So in answer to your question as to what Eldon would possibly, maybe Raz and I were talking about this as Siona was pounding away on the rock, kind of looking around corners and being carefully watching or hearing, listening for what's going on, possibly in the hallways. So we may have looked around these corners.
Okay. All right. Yes, let's go ahead and do that. Notice that as the alcove, as that the floor came back down, the little floating fish thing started flitting out and flitted into the hallway. But before we get to that, all right. So you see that there's a to the north is another doorway there. And it's a massive bronze door that's sitting to your north. So while she was doing that, I'm imagining you would have gone ahead and at least checked the door and listened in for things. Would that be a correct assumption?
Yeah, it was a look, don't touch while we've got someone in jeopardy, but as I said, look, don't touch.
Right.
Listen, don't touch.
Right. So, you listened in, you checked for traps, do you do anything, and so you didn't find any traps in it. Again, it just seems like it's another one of those large bronze doors that have been all throughout this particular tomb. So as it comes down, the little fish figurine kind of zips down, and it flits up and down, and flits down to the west, up into that door, and kind of just hovering there for a minute. And you know what? Let's do this. Let's go ahead and put that on the board here. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, I was going to say, I'm going to jump off this rod and dart back to the rest of the party. Letting Mage Hand scoop it up behind me as I hightail it out of that terrible room.
Congratulations. You succeeded. All right, so that's where that little fishy-looking figure is right now. All right, so looking at the time, it is 9:15, 9:20. What would y'all like to do?
Beats the hell out of me. I don't even know where to go from here.
Okay, so we now have a flying fish to follow that we could follow that just flew past it. But we don't know. So Korrin, you know what that thing was?
Nope. I just know it's got the name Ilmadraw written on it in Elvish.
You did something that animated it.
I pressed a glowing bead. But
Oh, did this flying thing have the name on?
Written on it, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
In this direction that it just went, that's a direction that Siona, you feel good about, or?
Yes.
Okay, so I think if we move towards and follow that, and then that's where we cut off.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea, but our next session is what, 3 weeks from now?
I've got it not next week, but the week. I've got 2 weeks.
So the 30th?
Yes.
I mean, I guess that's fine. I don't think we're doing anything that night.
I'm not sure if I am or not at this point, but that's the when we talked about it last time. Nobody said immediately no. It's probably going to be 3 weeks. That'd be my guess. But I'm leaving it penciled in on the 30th.
Okay, that sounds good. We'll just meet at, next week after. We can touch base.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know what everybody's vacation schedule's looking like. But I'm going to be off from this Saturday through the 3rd or something. So, I mean, I'm going to have a lot of time. So there's a chance maybe we can meet up somewhere on a non-Sunday. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm taking the end of the year off too. So you want to ping me for something? I am going to be out with family like this weekend through next Thursday, the following Thursday, but this next weekend through the following Thursday. But after that, like, I have free time.
Yeah, I'm pretty free. I'm literally just doing Christmas Eve day and New Year's Eve day. Otherwise free.
Okay, well, we'll reach out and see where everything is. All right, so right now, you guys, you all thinking y'all are gonna nuzzle up to that western door there? Is that what you're thinking?
That sounds about right.
Sure.
All right. As you have, I think you have noticed, you have made it to a decision point. Now you have 3 different paths at this point that you could take. Just whatever y'all want to do. But this is as good as any of them, and y'all made a ton of progress.
Yeah, but I did happen to look up that rules is written, taking damage does not interrupt a short rest. In theory, we could sit down and take a short rest if we felt comfortable enough. I would probably die if I took damage in because I'm getting really low. But
well, because at this point you're about 45 minutes into the next hour.
Yeah.
how long did it take? A full hour to chip that
Yeah.
chisel the thing away?
It
Okay.
did.
Yeah. How many hit dice can you burn during a rest?
All of them.
Oh.
And we do have the Raz's Song of Rest. And you can burn them one at a time, like roll dice, burn another one until you feel done. You don't have to say I'm burning 5 and then roll.
Right. No, I got that.
But also we need an hour, so we gotta gotta make sure.
Well, I mean, we're stuck here for 3 weeks, so I think it's okay if we take an hour.
3 weeks.
So, is this corner where we're at seem safe enough that we can guard ourselves and take a short rest and get our health up high enough to continue?
Well, I mean, technically the safest thing would be us to cram into that little coffer room and shut that trap back off.
I think we just broke the trap.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so
well,
yeah, as long as that fish thing doesn't piss us off, we can...
Well, to be fair, you did break the trap, but it is still, it still will balance. It just won't lock into place.
Let's not go in that room and trap ourselves.
Yeah, I don't want to do that.
There's no way to get out.
It's an option. I didn't say it was a good option, but it is indeed an option.
Go in there, I'll just stay out.
I think we could try to camp right here as long as we keep an eye on that door and that snitch.
Okay, so I will tell you that you don't see any hinges on the inside of that door.
Does that mean it opens outward? Or I'm trying to picture a door in my head down. It would open away from us.
It'll open away from you.
So, yeah, putting the rod in front of it won't block it.
Right.
I figured out where you were going.
Or we can't block it with our bodies either.
Well, I know that's why I wanted to at least let you know how it is, so that'll play into your decision.
Right. So we'll put Thongrim right. We'll stand him right in front of the door and put the ring that turns him to stone. So
That's what I was just saying.
Stand him at the door.
In a funny position.
Well, not so that his arms and legs are out in a way that someone could break them off, because we wouldn't want that to happen while we're there. But, just so that if someone opened the door, they thought, "Oh, there's someone here."
Well, we could have him stand there with his axe, right? Like he's going to slice at them.
and then we'll sit at the corner. I can set alarm down the hallways.
So you're going to sit you're going to sit in the corner at the end of the hallway, or you're going to sit at the corner where you can peer around?
Where I'm at the corner, I'm thinking.
I'm going to sit over here by the door so I can just, listen.
Okay, and then I'm putting an alarm here. Unless we think something could come out of that trapped alcove area.
No, I think we're safe there.
But I'm going to basically put the alarm here. I forget how.
I think
20-foot square.
Yeah, 20-foot square.
Because it's a ritual, I can still do that.
All right.
Actually, might as well, if we're do a detect magic ritual. No, don't do it. Anyway, just put the alarm up on that end, and then we'll rest until you again. And I can get at least the channel divinity back.
Okay, so we have a red square, which is the alarm. Okay. So y'all are doing that. You're going to rest for an hour. So are you... So that's... So the first ritual, that's 10 minutes. And you can cast rituals during the short rest, yes?
To lead off the rest, I guess. I mean, I would still do probably an hour after.
Okay.
So it's going to be a little more than an hour rest. But, you know.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out if you were going
You can't cast the ritual during the short rest, so the rest is going to be an hour and 11 minutes. Magic is considered strenuous.
That's okay. All right. That is, so you're going to do the ritual, and then it's going to be, so 10 minutes is going to pass, then it's going to be the hour.
Right.
That's fair, everyone.
Okay. So all right, so we're going to try to resolve everything before we get out, before we end the session, so we don't forget. All right, so the ritual is done. You got about 5 minutes before the next hour kicks off for the gas. So you have time to do the hit dice.
What is it? It's what we have a song of rest also.
Well, we'll take damage first, won't we?
No, you'll take the damage in 5 minutes.
And then we'll go to our rest. We were 15 away from taking damage. He cast a ritual, so now we're going to take damage in 5 minutes.
Yes, so it's up to you.
Let's just
If you want to take the
damage.
Well, the only reason I was suggesting, I mean, I didn't know if anybody, I heard somebody might have been close to death, so that's why.
We can't heal until the short rest is over. And so I'm just going to risk it.
Unless we
Okay, I got it. Because you've also got potions.
Or lay on him.
And lay on hands.
I'm going to risk it.
Me too.
Okay, is everybody else going to risk it?
Yeah, I we haven't taken enough damage. I mean, with what I'm at, so I feel like I can do that.
Raz?
Sure.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I love a cliffhanger.
All right, so poison first. Wait for it. 2.
Did anybody die?
Nobody died. All right. So, all right. So, Raz, roll me a 1d12. All right. And Thongram rolled a 1. All right. So, thankfully, nothing happened. So we're entering our short rest. So let's go ahead and do the hit dice.
We get a 1d6 also if we roll too many dice.
Right, sorry.
Wow.
Well, I have 1 hit die left.
Chris rolling strong, though.
Not as strong as Lindsay.
Nice.
I'm back to max, so that's good.
I'm 1 under max, so.
All right. So.
And then we take damage again.
Well, yeah, we'll probably take care of that. So has everybody rolled all the hit dice they're going to do?
Considering I'll probably take damage again, I'll do 1 more.
And you do get an extra 1d6 for every die that you roll because of the Song of Rest.
No.
Just the first one. Okay, gotcha.
Oh!
Been rolling too many d6s?
Yeah, I think Eldon rolled at least 2. So,
The first one was a 4.
and his second one was a 4.
Yeah, I'm taking them out right. Yeah, actually, I rolled I rolled 4 all 3 times. I ended up rolling it, but that's okay. I'll roll 1.
No, so just, I mean, you did, I mean, if you rolled it, I see 3 of them.
Yeah.
So -8 plus 6.
That'd be crazy powerful if it was per hit die.
Yeah.
That's what I was wondering. I was like, man, that's really damn strong. All right. So, anything else that needs to happen during the short rest?
Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm at 30. That's good. 3 under max is, and then we'll take damage.
Yes.
Got it.
I think I'm done.
All right. Let's check out.
I attune to my axe. Can I do that? Right? That's a thing you can do?
It is a thing that you can do.
That identify it or whatever?
It does.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. We took 6 points of damage the first time, and we just took another 2, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
But all right, so Thongrim would have taken 8, but he's resistant to poison. So would he have taken half damage or none?
He's stoned right now.
Not yet. Y'all did not stone him. Or yes, you did, but...
Yeah, I thought that's why we dropped him at the door.
He still took the first 6 would have been 3.
He wouldn't have taken the 2.
Yes, he would have taken 3. Half of the first one. All right, so he's currently stoned. He's sitting there. Siona has attuned to her axe. Okay.
And since that brought up a good point. I want to look for all things we took locust, pop locust, correct?
Yes, but you would have to attune to them because you couldn't do your detect magic or identify as rituals.
Right, I don't have identify anymore.
Right.
But yeah, what was... Someone had said all you have to do is study them.
If you have an unknown item, you can study it during a short rest and identify it.
All right, how many of them, or just the one?
1 per person.
Okay. All right. So, Siona, you want me to just tell you in front of God and country about this thing?
I mean, weren't we being kind of...
Yeah.
I wasn't really talkative about it.
Okay. All right.
So I don't know.
So I'll send you a message after the fact explaining what it does.
Okay.
So I'll do that shortly. All right. So everybody else.
I guess I would have looked at those gloves we found during this hour.
Okay. So the gloves are. They are gloves of missile snaring. Gloves of missile snaring is on page 172 of the DMG. These gloves seem to almost meld into your hands when you don them. When a ranged weapon attack hits you while you're wearing them, you can use your reaction to reduce the damage by 1d10 plus your dex mod, provided you have a free hand. If you reduce the damage to 0, you can catch the missile if it is small enough for you to hold in that hand. and it requires attunement. Siona did the axe. Eldon, what were you going to study?
I think I'll study the diadem, Ecleros, and jade bit.
All right, so did we mark that one as magical?
Oh.
The
there-
diadem.
Oh, no, what was it? Sorry. Oh, the bracelets now. Just, I see the magical marking now. Sorry.
Okay, the jade bead bracelets are bracers of defense. Bracers of defense are page 156 of the DMG. While wearing these bracers, you gain a +2 bonus to AC if you are wearing no armor and using no shield.
Who wears no armor and uses no shield? Is that
Thongrim.
our friend the dwarf?
I believe so. I don't think he wears armor.
I don't think he wears armor, and I'm pretty sure he doesn't use a shield.
Well, who
No,
wants
he
these
just has that
gloves?
axe.
Yeah.
Either of you spellcasters have a free hand and decent enough dex to use these gloves?
Not me.
No free hand?
No, I got my hands full.
I guess technically I do if you don't want them.
Yeah, I can already protect myself with my reaction, so you can have them.
Sure. What are they called again?
Gloves of missile snaring.
Gloves of missile snaring.
Basically, the monks deflect missiles. You just can't throw them back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, if like somebody shot an arrow at you, you could do that, and you could like snatch it out of the air. Okay. So Raz, is there something you wanted to do?
Don't think I got much on the docket.
Okay. So which item? I know that there's at least 2.
In the back?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's more stuff that we took off of Doc Clocus. So there's 2 rings. There's a small container, flower-shaped plug. Small
I think
container.
there was like a crown. or
Small
something.
container with a 1-inch diameter piece of mother of pearl and a 6-inch long statue of a faceless man, large pointed ears, plugged at the bottom that has potion.
Yeah. I mean, there's. I think there's 2 rings that was magical. A container that looks like it had a potion. Another one that had a potion, and I think that's the only other things that were magical that I'm aware of. So the rings, there was one of a form of a man holding a moon, and one of a panther ready to strike. Any of those fit your fancy to analyze?
Wait, who are you talking to?
You're the only one left.
Oh, I don't have an identify spell.
No, but you just need to study it.
Oh.
Everyone
Okay.
can identify it within a short rest.
It's getting late. I'll do it out of band with you.
Okay, yeah, just okay, we'll do that. So, all right, we'll figure that one out, and then we'll go ahead and roll the poison one last time. And Korrin, roll me a 1d12. Five poison damage to everybody. All right. That hit the other end of the spectrum. Got it. Okay, so when we get back, we will be in this
Korrin just
corridor.
ended the world, by the way. That's what I just felt.
Siona, roll me a 1d10, please. Perfect. So when we come back, we will resolve where we are. Everybody took their 5 points of damage.
Yep.
And you got everything back that you got from a short rest. And cool. We will go from there.